Is Twitch working for you right now? Uh, I'm like, I'm just trying to like watch, and it's just saying something's wrong. Please.
Oh,
Yeah, it's bugging out for me too.
I just wanted to make sure
wow.
that everything goes smoothly. Why does this happen?
It's working
Oh,
on
I
my
get
end.
it. Somebody's watching it.
That's
It ain't
probably
me.
me.
Maybe it's a computer issue or something. But hey, people! I am me. I do the wrestling content, and I chose one of the movies that we're going to talk about today. Yes.
Well, I'm Nina Beton. Oh yeah, you first continue.
What's a name? Like, I go by so many different names on so many different servers that, like, "Oh, hey, it's Madman." And it's like, "Yeah, well, that's what they call me in the content creator space. I mean, it's not what they call me in friggin' Grand Theft Auto. It's not what they call me in friggin' Gmod. Not what they call me in friggin' Napoleonic Wars."
The what?
Crazy, I know. Indeed.
Yeah, it's alright. Don't worry about it. Well, I'm Nina
Or
Beton and I'm the local Android assistant. Glad to be here.
My cue. uh, uh, my name is Wolfie Valentine, a variety streamer. Do a lot of different things. Do art, singing, stuff like that. You can find me just about anywhere, but definitely you can see all the links in my Twitch.
Never really thought about that before.
I mean, if I wanted to be generic, I could just say one of the characters would already has the name I could go with just to keep on brand with the wolf thing. Um, but if I were to say like a different one, it would just be mermaid in Spanish, which is like La Sirena.
odd,
I think I would
like
go with Seeker personally. Seeker.
if
Probably.
I we were just like I was just talking about all the various names that I use on like separate different things. But in terms of like assassin, one name that comes to mind that kind of originated from like a professional wrestler kind of idea, uh, the sense that nobody killed this man or like nobody wins this match. I'd be like nobody. Who you were hiring? Nobody. I'm not real. I mean, I get the job done, but I'm nobody. Just got just gotta friggin' burn the social security card, go off the radar, just exist. Essentially like that. Yeah. A fa- no, just nobody blends into the crowd, bumps into them, you know, no trace of DNA, but it mostly just stemmed from the idea of not being a famous person to like easily track back to. You know what would be a good ghost pepper? That would be a good like assassin group. I don't know why, but I was thinking about ghost pepper sauce, and I was like, ghost pepper. That's a cool like assassin type name, or just a cool name in general.
Like, how hot do you want it?
And mild is like a snatch and grab job, like in today's movie, Bullet Train.
Holy shit, is that a bullet train reference?
Yes, because one of the main characters, Butterfly, played by Brad Pitt, was hired for a simple snatch and grab job. Boom, boom. What a segue. Yes, that too.
Close enough.
Uh, Here's the thing about when I first saw Bullet Train. I saw it when it was like halfway through in like a group call, and I was like, it was like so amazing even from there. So it's definitely the type of movie that you can just like start from anywhere. It's kind of like each stop. If you like get off at or get on at one of the stops, you're perfectly fine like understanding the story, which is essentially uh there's like so many characters that have their own stories and they have their own flashbacks. You got Lemon and Tangerine, two twin brothers who are assassins who did like this job in I wish I had my notes on me and I wish I finished my notes, but they did some kind of job. Uh, Bolivia, the Bolivia job where they killed 17, 16 people. The dispute as to whether or not the last person, the random bystander, counts. Oh, that was in Japan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're hired from the. Yeah, 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 yeah. So a bunch of assassins go into a train, hijinks ensue. That's basically it. With heavy theming on luck and fate. Apparently, apparently that uh yeah. I was going to say apparently that when looking in on like figuring out the names of characters and stuff, this movie's based on a book or like a comic of some sort. Yeah. One of the main points that is brought up while I was looking up things, the prince was actually a male, and in this story, it's like a girl. It, so yeah, the uh, I don't want to take up someone else's thunder, but uh, yeah, Ladybug. Ladybug is this contracted killer, and usually just mostly tries to keep things non-violent, non-deadly, and stuff. But bad things keep happening on his jobs. Like some guy like tried to jump off a building, landed on his car. He took him to the hospital, and so he's like on this therapy type deal, and uh, his contractor, gives him the new code name Ladybug, and his therapist or something, or maybe he just knows that ladybugs are a kind of symbolism for bad luck or luck in general. Uh, just trying to remember the movie after a hectic couple of hours. I'm sorry. I'm just going off the top of my head. Ladybug just wanted to gets hired from a job. The contractor says, "Hey, there's this briefcase you need to pick up. It's got like a train sticker on it. Go in, get it, kill anyone who gets in your way, and get out." He goes to a locker. He's like given a gun, and he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna do this peacefully," and just puts the gun in the locker. And considering that this is an action movie, it kind of becomes like a running theme that he should have gotten the gun, but he does fine without it. Yeah, tries to keep it non-lethal, but due to his quote unquote luck, he finds himself killing more people than he expected to. Essentially, in in very unique ways that you could wonder whether or not he actually purposefully tries to kill them. Like I really don't want to get into like what happens in the story until we get like through the other characters, you know.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
What
something
does
I forgot to mention. Sorry. Something that I forgot because, it's something that's brought up in dialogue about Ladybug. He wasn't supposed to be on the train throughout the entire film. He's taken over for some guy named Carver who was sick. So yeah. I don't see Carver's name on the list, unfortunately.
well,
Yeah,
yeah, I
I just thought
figured
I'd
like we
mention
only
that.
see him for like a few seconds. Yes, he's mentioned a couple times, but we don't see him too much.
Yeah, I just thought I should mention that Ladybug wasn't. Yeah, go on ahead. Sorry.
You're all good. So White Death, we don't get like backstory on him until like a little later in the movie, but he is apparently this dude who like worked up his the way through the ranks of like this what is I guess the assassination group Japanese would there you go. I'm like I forgot the word, but he worked up the ranks there where like he got promoted in the sense of he's like the next top dude in the whole thing. And then once he got that title, he slaughtered everybody. And that's kind of like the beginning of how he got his White Death name because he was just too good at what he does. And he was like, he definitely did it for, he was more on the side of like violence and whatnot. There was nothing else to like keep him from not killing anyone and anything that got in his way kind of deal. So he's like the big bad in this movie because we hear about him constantly throughout and don't get to see him till like the very end.
Perfect. Yeah. Just realized I had my mic muted that whole time, so they totally missed the introduction and only been hearing you two guys. Whoopsie. Hey, welcome to Vtuber Movie Club, where we're talking about Bullet Train and Your Name. And the question that I gave them was, what would your assassin name be? Just a quick refresher of what we've gone over. Sorry about that. Just realized it. But
I
yeah.
blame the fact that Twitch wasn't working.
Yeah, I blame that too. It totally wasn't my fault. It was Twitch wasn't working. So
I mean, I would have gladly like checked for you, but I was like struggling to get it on, you know.
okay. Let's see. But I do appreciate that, but it was my mistake. I liked the Elder, so I think I'll talk about the Elder. So the Elder, he's in the top right. Played by I don't know what he is now. Kind of just been the Japanese actor that is hired in Hollywood because I've seen him in like so many different roles where he plays obviously a Japanese man. He was in Army of the Dead, and Army of Thieves, and he was in Avengers Endgame, which we did last week. But he's an amazing actor, and I love him, and I want him to keep getting roles. But basically, the Elder. Oh, what's it?
I was going to. I've got the cast list up.
Oh,
The
perfect.
Elder was played by Hiroyuki Sanada.
Nice. Well, Hiroyuki, I hope you still get. I want you to keep getting roles because you're a really great actor, and I love your voice. But his character in this movie is called the Elder. Once again, he's more. We see him in the very beginning of the movie, and that for like a quick second. But his like backstory comes later on in the film, which I don't know. Wolfie, did you add like his backstory? I don't know if it gets revealed in like the big reveal. So.
I think it might be in the video of like where the big bad fight.
Okay.
So I think he's saying it while he's fighting the dude.
Okay, that's good. Then I won't go because obviously his backstory shows up later. I'll just say he has a connection to the White Death. But for now, in the beginning of the movie, all we know about him is that he is the father to Yuichi Kimura, and his grandson in the beginning of the movie is pushed off a roof and is basically in the hospital because of it. And they don't know who did it in the beginning of the movie. They have clues, but they don't know who it is. And so yeah, he basically like instructs his son not to like take action because or do anything stupid or anything like that. But so that's kind of him, and that's all we know in the beginning of the movie is that his grandson got pushed off a roof, and he's the son of Yuichi Kimura. So, Nina, do you want to talk about Prince?
Sure. She is also an assassin along with many others on the train, and she personally has a vendetta against White Death, which was revealed at the end of the movie. and is the reason for Yuichi Kimura's grandson getting pushed off.
Yeah.
Or son, actually.
Yeah, ain't she a
She's a
stinker?
manipulator.
She's a manipulator. She sucks.
She's
She's the
weak.
gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
Yeah, she takes that to heart. It's her Bible. Um and she just fully commits to it. So
Diesel.
She should.
yeah, she's a diesel. Hell yeah. All right. Let's see. We got 5 characters left. Who wants to talk about Tangerine?
I can do it.
Okay.
So Tangerine, I will say I did like his character a lot. It was pretty funny, but it could also be the accent with all the cursing. Tangerine, he is another kind of like hitman kind of thing. He's a hired assassin told to come on this train to find the White Death's son, who's like been in and out of trouble, and it's like a meetup. They meet him there, and now they have to protect the son and also find the silver case that like everybody's trying to get a hold of at this point. And his partner is Lemon, who's on the bottom left
Yeah.
side. Is his brother. I don't know why they're called twins, but they're twins apparently. Definitely brothers.
I think it's insinuated they um grew up as like an adopted family. It's never fully explained. So I believe maybe like either Tangerine's family might have adopted Lemon,
Yeah.
or they just grew up in a foster home or something like that. But they're definitely brothers.
Yeah. Partners in crime, they are.
The one thing I'll say about Tangerine, looks immaculate in that suit. It's a good looking suit on him.
He does.
He looks good in the suit. All right. But yeah, no, that was a great description of Tangerine. Who wants to talk about the Hornet? Anybody? I'll do it. If you want, I'll do it first. So Hornet is an interesting character to say the least. Only for the fact that she is not in the movie much. She's really in one scene only. But throughout the movie, she is hinted at. So she is also an assassin, named the Hornet because of her specialty is to poison her targets, and basically, she kind of stays in the background the whole time. We hear stories about like, oh, she poisoned a party, she's poisoned this person, and everything like that. So she's kind of like a phantom in the background, but she's clearly a threat on the train because, spoiler alert, someone gets poisoned on the train, and it's the Hornet's MO. So they're all like, oh, the Hornet's on the train. And that's kind of all we know about her, but she's fun, that's for sure. But yeah, okay. Next up, we got Lemon. For whoever wants to talk about Lemon.
Lemon is Tangerine's brother, and Lemon has says he can read people easily, and bases his ideas off of social interaction through Thomas the Tank Engine.
Hell
so
yeah.
he's got like this whole sticker book of like Thomas and friends and tanks and stuff. And I think he's like the one that like placed the train sticker on the thing, but that's more or less implied. So he goes around, he's like saying, I learned a thing or two about people from Thomas the Tank Engine, and he goes around labeling people after, you know, those types of characters. I'm not going to keep on saying the name Thomas the Tank Engine over and over, but Thomas characters. You got your Diesels, you got your Percys, you got your Thomas.
Gordon.
Gordon. Did you guys watch Thomas the Tank Engine?
A little bit of it.
Oh,
I think I've
A
seen
little
like
bit,
one.
but nah, not really. I'm not all the stop motion type of shows. Not really stop motion, but I wasn't a big train fan myself.
Yeah,
I was
I get
originally
that.
going to like make a list of uh, all the Thomas characters that would have fit with all the Bullet Train characters. You know who
Mhm.
Diesel is.
Yeah, we know who Diesel is.
mm,
I believe at the end, Lemon calls Tangerine the real Thomas,
Yeah.
but at the start he said he was like a Percy or something. Uh, but that I would have needed to do more research on like Thomas the Tank Engine. Uh, Within Tangerine's backstory, during the Bolivia, either the Bolivia job or some other job, he shoots Ladybug twice. Something that is just commonly brought up, and
Oh,
Ladybug's
the
all like, "I
jailbird
forgive
job.
you." Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he
Not
does
much I
shoot
can
him at some
add.
point. So
Yeah, not much I can add to Tangerine that wouldn't have already been mentioned in the Lemon thing, but one of the most interesting things through that Tangerine, it's just a line, really, but between the conversation that Tangerine has with Lemon about Lemon's bulletproof vest,
mhm.
Tangerine says something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, a bulletproof vest, like that's gonna do anything for you when they shoot you in the face or nick you in the throat." And I just thought that was like, you know what happens
Yeah.
in the end.
Foreshadow.
The
Foreshadowing.
foreshadowing, heavy foreshadowing. That means to say that the bulletproof vest did in fact save his life. Spoilers, by the way.
Mhm. I mean, it's not. It's fine. We could do
I mean,
spoilers, but we'll
I
save
mean,
more of the stuff for later.
it's not much of a spoiler and more of a, he wears a
Premonition.
bulletproof vest and the bulletproof vest saves him. I mean,
Yeah.
at a point.
So yeah,
Yeah,
there was heavy foreshadowing throughout, so it's all good.
heavy foreshadowing. Yeah. And I think that's all I can think of about
Lemon. Okay.
Lemon. Knows trains for social interactions. He does not know how to drive a train.
Yeah, that is
What's the difference
very
when a bullet train's like a smart train
true.
and a tank engine has a lot more things?
It's also in Japanese, which I
Also in
don't believe Lemon
Japanese.
can
Oh my
read. So,
god.
um, all right. Nina, do you want to talk about the wolf?
sure.
Okay.
Well, he's a vengeful, vengeful guy because his wife died at the wedding along with everyone else. So he came on the train to like kill one of the guy who killed everyone, and he thought it was a ladybug, but in fact it was Hornet. So they got in the fight and ended up dying because of it.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, no.
Um,
The wolf is a very
You know,
quick character to talk about. He's in it for about 2 minutes, so
His backstory was cool, but the way
it,
he
yeah,
died so quick was funny.
it was,
he
yeah.
is played
it was
by
I,
the one and only Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. I don't.
And also,
I know Bad Bunny's a singer, and I think I've only heard one song of his, and that was because it was like The Simpsons did like a collab thing with them, and it was like a short on Disney Plus. So
all I know about Bad Bunny is that he's a professional wrestler in part time,
nice.
and he sang a song about Booker T or something. Uh, One thing while I was like studying the characters, the wolf, in the book apparently, attacked Ladybug not because he thought he killed his wife, ruined his wedding. I mean, he spilled the drink on him, but something to do about a bar fight that he was just like extremely vengeful on as well. So to say that the wolf is a very vengeful person, yeah. But I think he
Yeah,
knew that the Hornet was the one that poisoned everyone because he had the picture of her in his like chest pocket, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
He
the
did.
envelope.
So he
And the
knew who the
Lotus.
Hornet was. I think he attacks Ladybug in the movie because he recognized him from the wedding. Because
Yeah.
spoiler alert. Ladybug is the one that knocks into the wolf at his wedding, and it saves him. I don't know if he would rather have wanted to die. So he like attacks Ladybug because of that. But also, I was correct. Yeah, Bad Bunny and The Simpsons did a collab where they did a little short called Te Deseo lo Mejor. I don't know, but I think it was just one of his songs. So that's about all I know about Bad Bunny. But and last but not least, I'll just talk about the last character because it's really quick. We have Yuichi Kimura. I think he does have a nickname in the movie. I don't remember if he does or not. It might actually just say his name. But he is the son to the Elder, and it is his son that gets pushed off the roof by, spoiler alert, Prince. And so he is on the bullet train to get revenge for his son, and then gets caught up in these wacky hijinks and all that. So. But that's our main cast. Like, that's basically everybody. There's like a few minor characters, but like they're in it for like 2 seconds. So we'll talk about them when we see them. But I did Google it. So the director of this movie was David Leitch. I don't know, Leitch, like Leech or something like that, or Leek. Who did who was like the stunt coordinator for the John Wick movies, which is very prominent in this movie as well. Like, the fight scenes are really done well, and you can kind of tell. So that he does a good job with that. But alrighty, let us go to. Yeah, let's go to the next slide. Here we go, the main plot points. Wolfie, do you want to read it?
Oh, okay. It was like a quick little summary I had pulled together. So, like I said, there is this silver case, and like the way it stands out is there's a train sticker on the handle. Ladybug was, I guess, commissioned could be a word I'm gonna use for this. He was hired in to come on the train, find said case, take it, get off the train. That's all
Quick
he
and
was told
simple.
to do. But that's when like all hell breaks loose. Everybody finds out that Ladybug is trying to take the case, and they're like, "You can't have the case. I need the case, or I want the case." And so there's all these fights and whatnot that lead and happen on the train. And because the wolf stopped Ladybug from getting off the train, Ladybug had to stay on for another ride, and another, and another, and another, with all the fights happening.
More and more stuff
So it
just
became
happens,
just
so
a
he
big
can't
ol'
leave.
like, we're stuck on this train, fighting for our lives, fighting over this case kind of thing.
The case was originally used as a ransom, right, for
Yeah,
the
I believe
White
so,
Death's
yes.
son.
yeah.
So it was like originally in the hands of Lemon and Tangerine.
Yes.
Just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah.
That's why it has the train sticker.
Which is
Yeah.
why the Red Death is directly contacting Tangerine through his phone.
Yeah. So yeah, the White Death is the White Death hired Tangerine and Lemon to collect not only his son but also the case. So and they do. There is a fun like fight or like a fun scene where we see Tangerine and Lemon debate over how many people they killed trying to save or trying to get the son out, and so they're arguing 16 or 17 based on if an innocent person at the end blowing up counts or not. But
Tangerine counts it. Lemon just either forgot or didn't count it.
yeah. The last thing I want to say is I'm glad that you put a picture of the conductor on the bottom right, Wolfie. Love that. He is a very minor character. I was really, really hoping he was going to have a bigger role in this movie. Sadly not. But I'm glad you put him in because he is played, I don't know the actor's name, but he is played by the actor who plays Hero in Heroes. If you guys, I don't know if you guys know that TV show. It was during that like Lost era of TV shows where like there was like a lot of hit like underrated gems that came out during that time. But he plays Hero in Heroes, and he's like my favorite character in that show. So, and if you haven't watched that show, it's on Peacock. If you have Peacock Premium, and it's a great show, and it's only 4 seasons long, so it's worth it. There's my little Heroes rant. We can go to the next slide, which I believe is the start of the clips. So yeah, so for the first set of clips, we have the Tangerine and Lemon versus Ladybug, which 2 separate fights, but they're twins, so it's nice watching them back to back. So we'll start with the Tangerine one, and we'll just do what we always do. We'll commentate over it. So I do like that Ladybug just doesn't know what Find My Phone is.
It seems he's very old school.
He is very old school. Well,
Is Find My Phone like a real thing?
Yeah, Find My Phone app?
Especially on like Apple phones kind of thing.
Really?
It's
I
an
thought that was
app.
like made up.
Oh, you thought it was... No, it's a real thing. You
It's
just
real.
Yeah, you can Google just Find My Phone and
Good to know.
and stuff.
I mean, if I told my mother about that, she would.
But
Yeah, good old fashioned fights like these. I love them.
I did too. I'm also glad that we got her in this. I thought she was gonna be important as well. The like cart carrier. I thought she was gonna be the Hornet. I was so wrong.
I mean, technically,
I mean,
the Hornet does take her clothes, so she does become the little connoisseur lady.
Yeah.
I mean, when I watched this movie originally, it was like at the time that, she was already dead, so I kind of thought, oh yeah, that's the person who dies at that point.
I do love the fight scenes and all these. They're beautifully choreographed, obviously because a stunt coordinator literally directed this movie. So I mean, they do a good job, and they do cuts, but it's like not egregious. So like they let them like play out a little bit.
Not like
so.
crazy obvious that they did it.
Yeah. Also, we all know Brad Pitt's getting a little bit older, but he still looks fine. And I loved him with the bucket hat throughout the movie. Also,
this is just a threat.
Right now.
Brad Pitt is drinking. Let Brad Pitt drink.
He's hydrating as well. I'm just like him for real.
I like that he made the other dude pay for it.
He's literally me. I'm not gonna lie, mine's more wavy, but I do have that length of hair, so.
I wish I had hair like that.
But
we're talking
makes the curls work.
Today's sponsor, Keeps.
Yeah,
Stop
Keeps.
spinning.
It's just this movie is very beautifully shot, and it's just fun. I think, and that's the best part about it, is like it's just fun to watch. So
I think it's more like the hand-to-hand kind of action scenes where like most movies would rather stick to guns and hiding behind cover. This is
Yeah.
all like close quarters combat.
It's improv fighting. They using all
Yes.
Yeah,
kinds
that
of things on the train.
Well, and it's good because obviously Japan has. I mean, they still get guns in this movie, but like Japan does have strict gun laws, so it's like of course there wouldn't be as many guns, like unless it was unlike America. So I do love the the phone call in the middle of the fight, and it's all like, you gonna get that?
Fine.
He's like, shit, yeah, I am.
it's like he realizes that Ladybug just isn't going to
Mm-hmm.
attack him. Like he keeps
Ladybug
on
just
trying to
wants
talk his way.
off. He's
He
like,
just
Yeah.
I don't
wants
want to
off.
do anything.
He's like, I just want off. Yes, I took the case. I don't care. I'll give it back to you.
But isn't this like around the point where the thing happens to the sun?
Oh yeah, the son's dead. The White Death's son is dead.
It happens pretty early on, by the way.
That does happen very
Yeah.
early on, and if you are a Percy Jackson fan, the son is played by the guy that played Percy Jackson in the movies. So
We'd like to thank Cinema Clips.
yeah, Scene Clips.
Sin Clips?
Scene Clips. Thank you. I don't think any of these because they don't own any of these.
They don't
so
own
it's,
the movies. But
yeah, so I give them
Thank
credit,
you for
but
making the clip so I can actually put them
yes,
in.
thank
Not all
you.
movies have clips that I can
That's
actually grab at.
Studio Ghibli clips or is like the hardest thing to find, so I totally understand. But yeah, that's just
I
a
know
fun
there's certain-
fight scene. I'm just gonna play at least a little bit of that fight again for fun, but I'm just gonna bring it back to the beginning.
Yeah, on the topic of like YouTube channels that have like movie clips and stuff, I know of I recently found like this one channel that has like full ass movies ranging from like Godzilla movies and other
Yeah.
type of monster movies, clips as well. Like,
But yeah, no.
and I'm mostly just talking over the thing, but
No, you're totally fine.
that copyright.
Yeah, that's I appreciate it. That's what we need. But yeah, no, I do enjoy. It's just a great fight scene. Like
I don't know about you, but for some reason I'm reminded of One Piece with this scene. With
it
all
kind of yeah, like you have like in One Piece you have a lot of banter and stuff going on, and I don't know, especially in American action movies, you don't really have like fun banter between each other or like trying to hide what you're doing. Which has only like resurged because of John Wick movies, so it's understandable.
Yes, but Keanu Reeves fights with gun.
That is true. He does fight with gun.
Actually,
And
now that I just remembered like one scene in the John Wick movies where he just like fights on broken glass.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean my own words with that. At least I don't think that scene had a gun.
There in John Wick, there's a lot of there are a lot of gun scenes, but they've added a lot more of like knife fights as well. So, like if you get to chapter 2 and 3,
I've only
But,
seen
yeah.
clips and like,
Okay.
the final hour of one of the John Wick movies.
Well, it's a good thing next month we're watching John Wick. So, which was supposed to be John Wick 2, but we haven't like I was all like, it's kind of weird to just go to the second one. Let's start with the first one. So I did amend that.
But I wanted to watch John Wick 5.
You want to go into the future? Sure.
Yeah. Get the time machine.
Time machine.
Hot Tub Time Machine. That's the next movie.
I don't think we have Hot Tub Time Machine on the
I kid.
list,
I
but
kid,
it's
I
fine.
know.
But yeah, no, it's just the scene is very fun. I don't know. Like I think we've rewatched a lot enough of it. We can go on to the second clip now.
Yeah.
But with Tangerine. And I do like that after that, they, like, are all like, okay, why don't we team up? Because obviously the White Death's gonna kill us if we don't. So... Simple is better, guys. Alright? But, yeah. I think, who was your guys' favorite character?
Favorite character?
Lemon and Tangerine.
Lemon and Tangerine. Yeah.
Honestly.
They really were. I really loved Ladybug too, though. Like, Ladybug was great.
Ladybug's too much of a pacifist for me. I'm just saying it.
You know what? It's alright. I do love... So this scene that we're watching now with the Lemon and Ladybug fight, this was heavily advertised. Like, I saw, like, before the movie came out, I remember trailers of the movie coming out, they, like, heavily advertised this scene, because it is funny, and it is a great scene. Them literally just being in a quiet car so they can't make too much noise. Also, once again, I thought the old lady was gonna be an assassin that's in this, because I've seen her in other movies as well. So I'm all like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, I know, like, I have definitely have seen her in other movies. I'm all like, she has to be, like...
She's just a Karen in this movie, apparently.
She is.
Part of me just asked, why gun, not silencer?
I know, right? Well, it's harder to, like, have that on your pants and stuff, like, in your pants. I do love that little, oh, because of him punching the corpse. It was just so funny.
It's like, I'm just beating them dead. That's what he's doing.
I was at least happy that I was correct that the mascot was an assassin, when I watched the movie, but I wasn't able to predict a lot of this movie, so, which is good.
Fun little action movie.
It is
That
just
had
a...
you, like, piece it all together as a movie
Yeah.
goes, yeah.
I do love Ladybug throughout the movie. He's all, like, trying to just control his anger, and he's all like, eat a bag of dicks, lady. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get over that. Like, you are in a situation where I think it's totally fine to, like, go off on a lady. Like, you're about to die. So I'm pretty sure it's alright to go off on a lady and be all like, mind your own business.
I'm just wondering what was a Ladybug going to do with the water?
It's his sleeping powder.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's right.
Since
He said he was going to sleep the rest of the way.
Yeah. Once again, I'm just gonna restart it. We'll watch a little bit of it again. But yeah, so in the beginning of the movie, he when he's on the call, he goes to the locker, and his handler, told him, or asked, like, he's, like, looking through all the items, and she's all like, you didn't order the sleeping powder again, did you? And, of course, he then immediately picks up the powder, and he's all like, no, of course not. So, but it's nice that they bring it back. They're all like, here, they use the sleeping powder, which is nice.
It's a very quiet scene. I just have nothing to say about it. You know,
It is very quiet. It's once again, it's just very well choreographed, and you can tell that they're trying to be quiet while they do all these different attacks and, like, trying to defend themselves. So it, like, works really well. And so it's just very creative for what they're doing. And once again, you get some nice audio. You, like, got the kind of kung fu song, like, music going on in the background of this fight. So yeah. just an all-around fun fight. But we'll go on to the next couple scenes now, since or I'll just play both at the same time. Let's go.
Yeah,
All right.
Just play both of them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The next couple fight scenes we have is the Wolf and the Hornet versus Ladybug. So a lot of these fights are like
Short.
they're short, but they're also like they're not in order of the movie. So the Wolf, let's see, for the fight scenes,
I think
in
the
the
wolf one would be the first one.
Yeah.
I don't like
the Wolf is the first one, and then it's Lemon, and then it's Tangerine, and then the Hornet at the very end here. So it is a little bit out of order, but it's all right, because like all you need to know is that they're trying to stop a ladybug. Like that's it. That's all you really need to know.
Yeah.
And so we'll just start with the Wolf here.
Wasn't actually there for the briefcase. He was just there for the Hornet. So
Yeah.
he was unplanned.
Mm-hmm.
He was very unplanned. My goodness, the way he got killed with that knife.
Yeah. Well, and it goes back to just Ladybug's bad luck. Like literally, he just so happens to run
the entire movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't think we went into the prince who was like all the time saying that she has like was
amazing
born
luck. Yeah.
Amazing luck, yeah.
We haven't really got any scenes yet with Prince, but once we do, we'll explain more about that. But
I should have brought more pics from that, but she didn't
You're
have
totally
a
fine.
fight scene. She had more
She didn't.
like intimidating. Here's her acting. She's gonna try to like manipulate
Plot
you kind
relevant
of thing.
kind of stuff.
she's in more the final scenes that I did notice. So we'll be able to get more into her later.
Yay, advertisement.
I'm sorry. I warned in chat.
Conceal, highlight, scan to shop with this new amazing makeup.
Look, I try to advertise in the chat when ads are about to start. I'm sorry.
I like how Ladybug uses the case.
He does
to,
use the
like,
case.
his advantage the whole fight.
Whereas a lot of people would be like very much like, oh, at a disadvantage trying to do it, and he uses it against him. So I do love him just being like, I don't even know, like literally like, I don't want to fight you. Please stop. Still going with like his.
Who even are you?
Yeah, just like him trying to be like peaceful throughout it. And then, yeah, freaking bouncing, just so happened to bounce off the case and right into his heart. It's like,
This. How unlucky he gotta be to be the one to be hit with that.
yeah. And
That's
I-
and the neck.
Oh, I didn't like that one. That made me ooh.
yeah, the neck was like, that's where I was like, ooh. Because, like, if they kept it to just the knife, it'd be like, okay, you know, I know it's in his heart, but, you know, maybe movie logic or something like that. Maybe he'd survive. Then he fell and broke his neck, and you hear the snap. I'm like, he's dead. Okay.
Yeah, that
I thought,
was loud.
which is interesting, because they've, once again, I just restarted the clip, but they, very heavily advertised Bad Bunny in this movie, from what I remember from the advertising. So to have him come in for, like, literally 2 minutes, like 5 minutes at the most, was an interesting thing. And then he just plays the corpse for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Just because he's dead doesn't mean he's no longer in the movie. They keep on like going back to the car that he's dead in.
It's
In fact, he kept moving the body to make it look natural.
yeah.
Something a scene like in the Lemon fight. He's pointing out that Ladybug killed someone on the train. He goes back, looks over to the train where the wolf is just like dead.
Yeah.
But Lemon is talking about the son being dead.
Yeah, there's like very much miscommunication in that scene. Kind of. The Lemon knows that Ladybug didn't kill him. But it's like that is a fun thing, like at the start of the fight when it just like slides through all the cards to go back to the wolf. The funny thing is that Ladybug like trying to be all like, let's just talk this out, come on. And if any of them literally was all like, all right, fine, they would like, he could have like cleared up so much message just that way. But because of the like psychotic people he's interacting with, none of them like give him the chance.
I mean,
Like-
if they
The
talked it
miscommunication could
out
have done
towards
right.
the end,
Mhm.
Tangerine would still be alive.
Yeah.
Again, that Tangerine's death is like much
The
like everyone
saddest.
else's death is like luck based, going with the theme.
Yeah.
Gets stabbed in the heart and landing right on his neck. It's all just like
Yeah.
poor circumstance, poor luck, bad luck all around. And something that, you know, I didn't want to mention about like the White Death, whose like signature move is essentially just playing Russian roulette. with his
I
enemies.
was gonna say that's actually kind of like it's messed up, but it's pretty cool in the movie.
It
Like-
goes with the theme about like luck and stuff. You know.
Yeah. Also, Nina, I thought I heard you speak. I didn't catch it. Sorry.
I said miscommunication done right.
Yeah, it really does, because like because the miscommunication really makes this movie. If they did communicate, it wouldn't have been that interesting.
Yeah, without it, it would have just been, you know, oh, you have Deus Ex Machina luck powers?
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up. No fights here. The only fight that doesn't happen is like the Elder comes in and he just doesn't fight
Yeah,
Butterfly.
it's the one guy that and he's like the old wise
and,
man, so he knows not to fight immediately.
And what's his face? Kenshiro. What's his name? The Sun.
Yeah.
But not
The Sun as well.
Sun.
Yeah,
I think
So-
that's what they called Kenshiro.
was the Sun, I
Kentaro
believe so.
Was the Sun?
I
But
believe it
at
was
the
the
same
Sun.
time, I think his son was called the Sun.
Yeah. It
Again, I don't
it's a
have it
little
off the top of my
confusing.
head, but he's just like labeled by his full name. So
Okay, so we'll start the last clip on this section, the Ladybug fight. Once again, a very short fight, and this is the big reveal of
the Hornet versus Ladybug fight.
the Hornet versus Ladybug. You're right.
Odd. Two
Yeah.
insects fighting each other. It all makes sense.
True. It is fun because like throughout the movie obviously we hear hints of the Hornet and we know the Hornet's on the train, but we just don't know who it is. And then
Yeah, that's something that she was hinted at the very like start of the film, with like the news on TV saying
yeah.
that the snake from the zoo is gone missing. It's a subtle hint, but you know, it's a very early on type of hint.
Yeah. And like
That news wasn't just like random. Like
yeah, it wasn't just oh hey, a snake's missing.
Foreshadow.
Yes, the
Foreshadowing.
show takes in foreshadowing a lot.
I
So
was like, it's Chekhov's gun. No, it's foreshadowing. But yeah,
but yeah, no. The Hornet reveal was fun. It being Domino from Deadpool 2 is amazing. Also, David, the director, David Leitch or something like that, or Leach. I believe he directed Deadpool 2. So
Ooh.
that is like, and obviously you see that you got Brad Pitt who also cameoed in Deadpool 2, and you have Domino. So, definitely they probably liked working with him. Even though Brad Pitt was in it for like a second.
you know, I
But-
think this is the first. This is the only actual kill Ladybug does. There's
Yeah.
no way he could have. Why would someone kill two antidotes for like venom when you only need one?
Well, to be truthful, you know, you gotta probably, you know, she's not the smartest. I would keep, if I was a poison person, I would definitely keep multiple anti-venoms just in case this exact
Have 'em hit
thing.
'em somewhere else than
Yeah.
obvious in your pocket.
Yeah, no. And, obviously, he took the gamble, but obviously it paid off, with stabbing her. Um, and also you get a little bit of a science, like, fact behind it about anti-venom, because I doubt we see it. I don't think we got a scene of it, but, Brad Pitt then gets, because of his bad luck, gets bit by that very poisonous snake.
Oh yeah.
But because he has the anti-venom already in him from the shot,
Like, I'm good.
yeah, he's fine.
I am dying now.
Yeah. Which I believe is true. Like, if it's not out of your system, obviously it should still work. Like, it's not gonna just leave your system immediately. So, it's a fun little science thing. But yeah.
Oh yeah, and she was the suit monster.
Yes, she was the mascot, which I was so happy to have actually called out or predicted in this movie, which is great. But this was also a big reveal, is that she was hired by someone and was told that she can keep the money. Like, that was her money. The 10 million there. And yeah, it just so that's like it adds to the mystery of what's going on here. So
It gets the brain thinking. I was like, oh, there's multiple hired people to be on this train.
mm-hmm.
I can't wait until we get to the reveal.
Yeah, the reveal's actually great. Well, I was so throughout this movie, because it flashes back to the Yakuza, like, being taken over a few times. And each time I'm all like, okay, who's gonna be the White Death? I'm all like, it's obviously gonna be some big name actor. I'm all like, who's it gonna be? And then it gets revealed. I'm all like, oh yeah, I love that guy. I forgot his name. When I was watching, it was like, it's Michael something, right? I can't believe I already forgot. But I was all like, oh, that's such a fun reveal. So
Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon. Yes, he is the White Death. There we go. Thank you.
I swapped out of my cast list for the movie.
No, you're totally fine.
Look up something about Tangerine or Lemon.
Whether
or not they were like full siblings or something, or if it was ever explained.
I don't think it was ever explained, right?
No.
Okay. But yeah, so those are like the fights before, like, this movie very much has like a first half and a second half. Like, the first half is fully like, oh, a ton of different random assassins and mercenaries are showing up on the same train, and then the other half is, okay, we know who the good guys are, we know who the bad guys are, and we know White Death is coming, we gotta stop White Death. So, and like this is like the back half of the movie. So, but doesn't mean that there isn't great fights or great reveals. So,
the bad guys. Lemon was listed on the Wikipedia site for villains. The villains Wikipedia page.
He definitely. Well, I guess he's like. I mean, he's kind of a villain in the beginning because you don't know. We might like him, but he is trying to kill Ladybug, who we believe who is the hero to everybody. So it makes sense that he would be designated as a villain, at least for the first half. The back half, he's definitely a hero. So
I'm not sure. I saw it as like 3 different plot stories. Like, oh, here's this guy doing a job, and here's these two who are just coming back from another job, and then, the father trying to save his son.
Yeah.
All just coming together.
All right.
Mostly because of how long the brothers, Tangerine and Lemon, live for.
True.
To get more.
Okay, I'm gonna read the slide real quick, but we got big bad team fight. With the remaining surviving players on the train, they all prepare for what awaits them at the last stop. Their fight against the White Death and his army of assassins. All also happening on the train, duking it out so they can leave the train alive. Yeah, I do like the back half is all like, we don't care about the money anymore. We just want to live. So that's kind of like their big goal now. I guess we should, I'll go over a little bit of like context of what like setting up this final fight. Obviously you saw all those those fight scenes we already went through. Those are like the big things of the first half, is like Ladybug just running into these people and trying to like survive, needing to survive. The only thing that we missed really that we need to probably talk about is Prince, who turns out to be a girl on the train, and she has a grudge against White Death and wants to kill White Death. So she knew that the son was coming, who is the elder's son, was coming to go and like kill her, but she stops him and basically blackmails him and stuff into concocting this plan to kill the White Death. So she gets the case from Ladybug. She like intuition, like has great luck throughout and finds the case that Ladybug hid, and plants bombs in it, and then puts the case back. And then she also takes the gun that the son had and rigs that to backfire if ever shot. And so that's like her big plan to kill the White Death. And that's kind of what leads up into this like final fight. So, but yeah. And also in this point, Tangerine is sadly killed. Lemon has a fake out death, but Tangerine gets killed by Prince. Actually, no, it gets killed by Ladybug because Ladybug is trying to because Prince is like manipulating Ladybug, pretending to be like just an innocent girl. And then
she played damsel in distress, and Ladybug didn't want to talk it out with Tangerine first.
Yeah, she once she basically figured out that the jig was up with Tangerine, she's all like, oh crap, I need to get this guy killed, and basically manipulates Ladybug to do it. So but that's really it. That's like the big setup for this final half of the movie. Also, Hi Bliss. Sorry you haven't seen this movie. It's great.
Sorry, I went to go get dinner real quick.
Oh, okay. You're all good. We're actually gonna start the scenes now. We got the Elder versus the Yakuza. Hell yeah, I love this scene. And also the Elder gets on the train now. And so, oh yeah.
I could only like, I may have a Bluetooth hearing you like explain stories, so I only caught like bits and pieces of it. Weekend,
Okay,
people's over.
Yeah. It's all good. But yeah, so basically now the Elder, Lemon, Ladybug, and the Sun all team up to fight an army of Yakuza, essentially. So, and yeah.
Lemon with his train knowledge, trying to stop or make the train go.
I mean, he figures out how to start it. Also, I totally forgot, but throughout this movie, they have Japanese covers of famous just American songs, and I love it.
Yeah, I forgot that they started off
at the very beginning.
At the very beginning, yeah.
They do. And then this being, yeah, and then this one being Holding Out for a Hero is so great, just in Japanese. Like, I loved it. It was such a great choice. I think one of my favorite things about this movie was that, first of all, it was set in Japan. It wasn't just set in America, which obviously they couldn't do if it was a bullet train.
It was Staying Alive. That was the song. That
It was
used at the
Staying
beginning.
Alive.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite things about this movie is that it was set in Japan, and yes, all the Japanese people can speak English in this movie, but they at least still let them speak their like native language a lot. Like, instead of it just being all like, yeah, they're gonna speak English, that's it. Even though we're like set in Japan, like a lot of other movies do. So
They let the wolf speak Spanish.
yeah, they let the wolf speak Spanish, and like
At least
so
that
like.
part I understood.
But yeah, I mean, I watched with subtitles, and another credit that I'll say is that the subtitles actually translated the Japanese. It didn't just say speaking Japanese. So
We live in a post 2012 world.
I know,
Anime is
right?
mainstream now. You can't just say speaking Japanese anymore.
Yeah. But that's why I did the little context before we actually started this clip, because it starts off with the briefcase exploding, and if I didn't explain that the prince like rigged it to explode, you guys would have been so confused.
Yeah.
But there's a line that Ladybug said there at the beginning. He said he's not Carver, which we kind of a little bit went over when we went over Ladybug's character. But yeah, Ladybug, like Madman was saying, was not supposed to be on this train. This wasn't his job. His job was he didn't initially have this job. It was supposed to go to Carver, who's an assassin or a mercenary, something like that. But he got sick, so like Ladybug was his fill-in, and you added the reveal, so I won't go into the reveal just yet. But like, it's just funny. That's why he says I'm not Carver in the start of this like little line. But okay.
Now, something about Ladybug's luck that I feel like we should have said, but it's more like not important.
Mm-hmm.
When the White Death needed to call Tangerine one time, he asked for them to come out with his brother with the briefcase.
Yeah.
And so they come out with like some random guy's briefcase, and it was locked. Ladybug just lifts it up in the air and gives it a slap, and it just lands right on the correct combination and reveals that it's not the real one.
Yeah, so the weird thing about Ladybug's luck is it does affect him, but he never dies. It's more of a threat to everybody else with his bad luck. So
anything and everything around him ain't safe.
Yeah. And but yeah, what Madman just explained was literally that scene right at the end of the first fight scene that we watched, the fight scene between Tangerine and Ladybug. Basically, once they get the call, they stop fighting, and Ladybug's all like, wait a second, you're called the twins, right? Do they know what your brother looks like? And so that's when they come up with the plan to just be all like, oh yeah, he's obviously Lemon. So it is a very funny scene. But we will now go on to I think this is the last fight scene. The Elder versus White Demon. So I also like that they called him the White Demon.
How many names does a guy have?
I know, right?
Alright, I just ate a whole bunch of fried food.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I do love that Ladybug's all like, "Well, stop the train." He's all like, "What? Fuck! I already missed what he said. I forgot. It was something along the lines of, oh yeah, let me just do this and remember I don't know how to drive a fucking train."
We're always talking about trains. No, the trains were a metaphor for life.
Yeah. I do love the drop kick that Lemon does. That is like really fun. Because like I don't like I know I don't want to bring up weight, but especially in action movies, you like if they're bigger, you don't see them do many like physical things in action movies. So it's great that they let Lemon like do more physical things and stuff like that. It's kind of like a thing that we don't see that often in action movies, sadly. So just
Something that
oh yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that the drop kick is like very common in like professional wrestling, but when it's like used in like media and stuff, probably one of my favorite drop kicks that's used outside of a professional wrestling standpoint. An animator that goes by the name of Drew L or something made this animation about like two guys in hazmat suits going on beating up like terrors and stuff like cultists, monsters, and so they sing a song about like opening up a can of whoop ass, and they just like drop kick someone, and
That's
it
funny.
happens twice, and it's like the best animation ever. So yeah, drop kicks are simple and like if you know wrestling stuff, but when they're like used outside in like action movies, they're like pretty badass, like a finishing move.
Yeah, no, like I love that drop. Like the drop kick that Lemon does is so cool. I'm all like, I wasn't expecting it. Like I said, in action movies, like if you have like a bigger built guy or woman, they don't do stuff like that for whatever reason, even though it would be like a very powerful kick. So like it's great that we got to see that. Also, we get the fun scene in this part with frickin' Lemon apologizing to Ladybug for shooting him, and then being all like, "Well, you shot me twice." Oh.
Knife throw to the head.
Yeah.
Is this the part where he says the line about
Yeah.
having a new brother?
Yeah. Fuck no.
I have this stream muted, so I'm just like trying to remember.
No, it's fine. You were right. Yeah, and then he pushes like.
The facial expression when he says "fuck no."
It is great.
Yeah.
He's all like, you're all like, oh yeah, no, he means that. He's all like, yeah. He's an amazing actor. I don't think I've really seen him in anything, but the guy who plays Lemon played this guy beautifully.
Brian Tyree Henry.
Well, he did a great job. So. I do like this weird like Russian roulette thing that the White Death does, which obviously goes back to luck. So
yeah, it goes back to luck. Something mentioned before.
He is Russian after all.
He is Russian, so
yeah. Big mouth, Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse.
Oh wait, who does he play in Across the Spider? Who's he voicing Across the Spider-Verse?
He plays Jeff Morales. Is that the name of my?
That's no, yeah, it's his dad. Oh my god, I now hear his voice. Oh, that's awesome. I love this man.
He's also in this one 7.3 stars. DB, get your game up. He also plays this guy called Lemon in a movie called Bullet Train.
Nice.
And he was in the Eternals.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I think he was.
I did not see the Eternals.
Black man with the family.
I did not watch the Eternals. Maybe I'll watch it at some point.
I watched it in Spanish. I'll have you know.
Oh, nice. I do love
in a different country.
I do love this little scene in this fight where it's like following the water bottle perspective. It's just like it's really fun.
Water bottle backstory.
Yeah. And just like how it worked, like showing it.
He was in Godzilla vs. Kong, and he was the conspiracy guy.
Oh, nice.
The main character. Conspiracy guy.
I'm so happy the Elder didn't die.
Oh yeah.
So, I hope whenever they do a Bullet Train 2, or if they do, I hope they bring him back. I will say though, there is so many like innocent people that have to be killed in this movie. Like, they run into another train which probably killed somebody, and then there's this whole crash scene which ends up like destroying buildings. So like, so many innocent people must have been killed.
Yes, he was in. He was also in Into the Spider-Verse as well. So yeah,
Nice.
he's kind of been in there for a while. I'm just looking at his IMDb page. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. That's well. Now that I know he's Jeff Morales, I thought his voice was familiar, and now I know why. He plays Jeff Morales. So, but yeah, this whole scene's really fun. Like the whole final fight, you get the little callback to the um, which now we can actually explain more of the Elder's backstory. So, as we saw in one of the other scenes, basically the Elder was a part of the Yakuza family that the White Death took over. And he knew that the White Death was going to do something like that, and so he left the family before, and like he was able to escape, and he lost his wife died, but he was still able to keep his son alive. So yeah, but and so that's why it's very satisfying at the end there, having the Elder be able to survive and then
Yeah, the twists and turns.
Here we go. Twists, turns, and full picture comes to light. So we'll start with the White Death's plan scene. So this is where it's all revealed. We get the big reveal, and it turns out that White Death orchestrated all of this, and Ladybug was able to figure it out just based on clues and stuff like that throughout the movie.
Like, we knew from the start that Lemon and Tangerine were hired by the White Death.
Yeah.
But, like, everyone else
Was also hired. So.
was also hired. I mean, I don't think we know that the Hornet knew that she was hired by the White Death.
She wasn't. She didn't know.
She just got like the heads up kind of thing. She doesn't know who her employer was.
Yeah, she got it all. It was all online for her.
So it was like just trying to get all the twists together, since we're already on the twist page.
Yeah.
All the assassins were hired just so that they can kill each other, because it was the Bolivia job or the Bolivia job, yeah.
Yes.
That was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. For Tangerine and Lemon, it was the Bolivia job. Yes.
And that killed the White Death's men, which caused the White Death to leave safety of his wife or something, not be with his wife.
Yes.
And so his wife goes out to check on their son.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, because the son's in jail because he's like a piece of garbage, and surprise, surprise, the father did not like his son in the slightest.
Yeah.
So, someone hired the Hornet to kill the surgeon that would have saved the White Death's wife.
Yeah.
And so that's why the Hornet was hired.
Which we also got. They do a great job of cluing in like throwing in hints and clues throughout the entire movie of what's going on in the background of this movie.
Yeah, visually, but like trying to explain it all on like words and paper is like a tongue twister, you know.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, here's the part. Here's that part. The money and all that.
Yeah.
Or it's all figured out. Just trying not to get us copyright struck.
It's all good.
It's like a big old game of King on the Hill. Who gets the briefcase first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or who
basically.
has it the longest kind of thing, and they all duke it out.
And then obviously, and so White Death's wife got killed because the son was in jail and he needed to get bailed out. And she said that this was going to be the last time I bail you out. And but he was supposed to like stay there with her and stuff like that. So
Um, Sometimes I wonder what the White Death's original plan was, like the best outcome for him. And I think he was going to have like Tangerine and Lemon kill off the Hornet and Carver.
yeah.
Shoot, did I spoil it too early?
No. It doesn't. We already finished that. It doesn't even explain. It's go into there.
Yeah.
It stops after the son
So
being
yeah,
killed.
Carver was the one that like caused the accident that got the White Death's wife killed.
Mhm.
White Death's wife. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah. And
And
so,
so I honestly think he was expecting Tangerine and Lemon, since there's two of them, to like kill the Hornet and Carver. But the White Death doing poison, since they failed their job keeping the sun alive, he probably would have had them both executed at the end with like no questions
yeah,
asked.
that would have been that. Yeah. So
I think he would have killed them either way, because even when he was explaining his whole plan, Ladybug had mentioned the whole sun thing, and he's like, yeah, it didn't matter. Kind of saw
yeah.
it happening anyways. He didn't care.
Yeah. Let me have my headcanon moment.
But yeah, the big reveal at it's interesting that the clip cuts off before then, but that's all right. The big reveal is that Carver was the assassin that killed White Death's wife, and so
Played by the Mint Mobile CEO himself,
yes,
Ryan Reynolds.
played by Ryan Reynolds in like the shortest cameo ever. He literally he takes off the motorcycle helmet and that's it. So if they do a sequel, I really hope Carver is in it. So it's revealed. We already knew from the beginning that Ladybug's was not supposed to be on this mission. Like this wasn't his job. He was just given it because Carver was sick, and so it's his bad luck playing again. But it's an interesting thing of that his bad luck isn't. I mean, it's obviously bad luck for him because he got like wrapped up in this whole scheme, but it's also bad luck for the White Death because it leads to him being killed and stuff. So.
Brought to you by Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Brought to you by Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Well, we can start the last little thing here. I think this is the last scene. White Death is literally dying. He fucked up. Did you know, Wolfie? Did you know that it said that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's funny.
Like there wasn't any really other clip I could find of that specific scene because I wanted that one, and then I saw that one and I was like, I like this edit. It's funny. I'm gonna keep it.
It is great. No, this was perfect.
It's like for an explanation of the gun he uses. The prince who encounters the son of the elder.
Yeah.
He was already with a gun and like trying to threaten Prince, but like Prince Uno reverses, knocks the dude out, manipulates, threaten him and his kid, all this stuff. I guess she's like a nerd when it comes to explosives or something, because she like hotwired that gun to explode on whoever shot the gun.
Yeah.
And that was also like part of her plan. She knew if she could send in the dude that she's threatening to like help her with this mission, because White Death has a history of using people's own weapons against them.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as the dude would get like to White Death, she knew he'd take the gun and shoot it. And like even in this moment, I think it shows he ran out of bullets in his original gun. So
Yeah.
he just pulls out the one he had confiscated, and it happened to be the one that she rigged.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's perfect. And the only thing that none of these clips reveal, once again, you don't even get to, like, in none of these clips you see Prince. She plays a lot of it, the background, so she's not like a big character in the sense. She does have plenty of scenes, and she's a good character, but like she plays a lot of the background and like sets up things that happen later. But
Mind games kind of thing. She ain't
yeah.
a fighter.
Diesel.
Whereas we very much love the action scenes and stuff in this movie, so that's why she's not that prominent. She's not that much in action scenes, but it is revealed that Prince is White Death's daughter, and she hates that White Death basically doted on their son, who White Death himself knew was a fuck up. And instead of like giving her his love and stuff like that, so she's killing him out of like revenge for that and stuff like that. So, but yeah, and then she tries to take over being White Death and immediately gets run over, which was just great. Because that is
All her luck came to an end.
all her luck came to an end because she met Ladybug, who has the worst bad luck in the world, and then gets run over by a tangerine truck, which is great, and
in the post-credit scene,
yep,
we see that Lemon was driving said truck.
Yes.
Can you explain quantum mechanics?
Can you explain quantum mechanics? Probably not. I'm not that kind of science. I don't know physics. I'm more I'm biochemistry, so I know biology and chemistry, at least a little bit. It's been a little while since I've studied, so I'd need refreshers.
9.8 newtons is equal to 1 pound? Gram? Metric system. There's your physics.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's the other way around, and 1 newton is 9.8 pounds or something. Kilograms.
I guess we can talk about the quantum mechanics of bad luck and good luck and how it all comes around, for Ladybug having bad luck throughout the whole thing, and then having it all get turned around onto Prince and White Death.
Now the idea of Ladybug versus a nuclear bomb just comes into my mind, and he somehow survives a nuclear bomb.
Probably would,
Doesn't Indiana
by
Jones,
accident.
but by complete accident.
But yeah, no. Alright. Well, that's Bullet Train, really. I know it was a little bit mishmashed, but that's just because a lot of the fight, we wanted to talk more about the fight scenes, and that, and we kind of wanted to save the big reveal for the end, so it's a little bit mismatched, or it wasn't in order, but that is alright, and it is great to be able to just talk about all of this. Hoodie seemed to explain it's better than
they're saying that I am good. That's so great.
Well, yeah, but I also...
They're saying the exact same thing.
They are saying the same thing. Also, it's not my area of expertise. I don't know quantum mechanics. So...
I'll have you know, I graduated college. I went to college, and I've got my university degree right there. And it says, degree, Bachelor's of Arts, with a major in theater.
Hey, I also have a degree. I have a degree in biochemistry. I don't know quantum mechanics. It's just how it be. I don't know physics. So
a minor in mathematics, they teach you need to be able to prove everything word for word. Otherwise, you failed. You can't just say 2 + 2 is 4. You have to put a spin as to why 2 + 2 = 4.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. But so that's Bullet Train. Great movie. To be fair, Quantum Mechanics started, I definitely wouldn't want to know anything. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. I'll figure it out at some point. Also, thank you for the follow, Bong King 69. I just wanted to say your name, so that's kind of but anyway, that was Bullet Train. Great movie, really love it. For like, I loved the action, the story behind it's really great, and like the reveal is actually it's very big surprise, and it works out really well. What are your guys' final thoughts on it?
To be honest,
Amazing.
when I first saw it, I didn't think I was gonna like it.
I could
And
see
then,
that.
like, the first couple
Sorry, I
minutes
just went to
of
my
the
brother.
movie, it got me laughing, and I'm like, maybe. And
I-
then
more
as I
action
continued
movies like
watching, it was pretty decent. I liked it. Kept my interest.
We need more action movies like these. We need Hardcore Henry 2, please. Don't let Hardcore Henry die.
Never seen Hardcore Henry. I think I remember a trailer from it. But
It's such a great movie.
But yeah,
Fantastic.
I mean,
Maybe we'll talk about it, but
at some
we're
point.
focusing on other movies right now.
But yeah, no, I think it's just like a fun little. It's a fun action movie, one that we don't really get nowadays. And it also has a great plot, so it's like with like hidden mystery and stuff like that. So I'm not getting the ad messages. I know, right? But yeah, Nina, what were your thoughts of Bullet Train?
I really enjoyed it. I laughed a lot during my watch time, and I think I just enjoyed it a lot. Probably will recommend it to some of my friends too.
I think I will be doing the same thing. So, Madman, thank you for the pick. It was very nice. I enjoyed it immensely. Also, Bliss, you probably didn't get the ad message because there's like a big delay between when the ad starts and when messages finish, or when it like the timer finishes. But
yeah, most of the ads I got were like the zoom out and just like on the sidebar. Right now I got a GTA ad. And yes, thanks for watching Bullet Train. Unfortunately, I watched Paddington and we swapped movies from the day, so
I'm so sorry about that.
Watch the next movie, so I'll just back out. Like,
okay.
I don't want to. I probably won't have anything to say. So.
Okay. Well, it was great having you for Bullet
here.
Train. Thank you for showing up, Madman. It was a great pick, and thank you very much.
I'm glad to be here, and to all the people who love me in chat, I love you too. Good day.
We all love you, Madman. Have a good day. All right. Well, now we're on to the next one. We got Your Name, which was made in 2016. The original name is Kimi no Nawa. I don't know if that's how you say it correctly. I don't speak Japanese. Is that close?
I think so.
Close enough.
Close enough. It was made in 2016. It's an anime drama fantasy. So I will let Wolfie take control because this was her movie. So you got this, Wolfie.
Oh geez. Let's see. What can I say much? It really is cute, like little. I won't say it's completely romance, but it kind of dabbles into the romance for one. But definitely more on the fantasy drama side. Because we get to meet these two characters. They're like the main ones out of the whole movie, always reoccurring. The boy is Taki. I don't know how to say last name, so I don't want to butcher that.
Tachibana.
Yeah, there you go. And then the girl, Mitsuya, something like that.
Mitsuya.
Yeah. It's like we're introduced to them pretty early on. I think the switching of bodies doesn't happen yet until like they fall asleep.
It
Or when we
happens
first see
at
them
the
fall
start of the
asleep.
movie.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, at the start of the movie, Taki wakes up in Mitsu's body
Oh, there we
and
go.
touch it because because he touches her boobs like
Oh
usual.
yeah. Any boy who would wake up in a girl's body, that's the first thing they're doing.
Okay, I want to at least say Mitsu fucking also touched his dick every time she switched on over. So it's not just a guy being in a girl's body, alright? Just because we saw it more with Taki doesn't mean Mitsu's not a
Well,
pervert as well.
I don't remember her touching his every day. I just
Yeah,
remembered the
but
first time because again she was like, "What the fudge is this?" But I mean, technically, if she had to go to the bathroom every day, then she had to.
she always got like blushy when she did it, so I just remember seeing it. I watched this a few days ago. That's how I remember this so well. So this was also my first time ever watching this movie, but it was really good and I enjoyed it. So
I'm glad to hear that. It's been a while since I watched it. I wanted to rewatch it recently, but time got ahead of me.
that's
And
all right.
so I was only able to watch Bullet Train, and I was like, at least I needed to watch that one because I had never seen it. This one,
Yeah.
I at least have general information from the last time I watched it.
Hey, that works. I hadn't seen any of these movies, so I was very excited to do these two. So, we can go to the plot summary that you made and some great one is clearly a clip from the movie and the other is fan art, but
Yes.
they're both
When I was
really
looking
good.
at photos, I was like, it's cute. It kind of at least like represents how in the movie they're not exactly in the same timeline kind of thing. They're always somehow separated by something going on. And
Mm-hmm.
then the top one is like when they do finally meet.
Yes, and it's very cute and adorable. But I'm sure you have it as a clip, and we'll talk about it immensely. So
Heck yeah. Okay. So this one, two lives, one story intertwined. This whole movie revolves around the two that I mentioned, Taki and Misuya. When fate takes control with a little bit of mysterious connection. I think they do explain it a little later on in the movie, but I couldn't find a clip of like where they finally piece together how they have this weirdness happening to begin with.
mm-hmm.
But whatever it is, crazy magic is making them switch bodies. Was it every day or like every other day?
It was completely random.
Oh, it was random.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was every other
So,
day, but it was just completely random.
yeah. So they were just switching bodies constantly. And I think like the first couple times they were confused on like how do we act normal? Like was this just a dream? It's like I could do whatever I want. And it wasn't until it kept happening that they're like, okay, this has got to be real. It's like these are real people. These are real friends of theirs or like their respective others, and it's their lives kind of thing. So they're challenging of like how to get around all this, how to live somewhat normal in their second body lives. And then I don't know how many times they'd switched to get to the point where they decide, okay, I'm gonna try to meet this person that I'm switching bodies with. Because that's when they start a plan of like, well, they're going to start leaving notes. They're going to start like saying stuff in a journal or texting their phone. And that's how the other knows what they did that day, what had happened, so they can have context. So they're not complete fools on themselves when someone says, you did this yesterday. And it's like, what?
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, it took them a long time to figure out that they were switching bodies. It was like, I think after like the first couple times, I'd be all like, okay, wait a second, something weird's going on. Like, but also, the way that they describe it is that it's like a dream. So, Like,
Yeah.
basically, to them, they're just sleeping, and just like everybody else, it's kind of hard to remember your dreams necessarily when you wake up, so.
Mhm.
Cool. Switching for the first time.
Okay,
Oh, I
so
just
I
wanted
tried to make sure
to
to
say it.
include both of them
No,
reacting to the first time they switched.
this is fine. This is good. So I'll read this since I did already read the title, but both wake up thinking they're both in a dream, that it's just so very real feeling the utter confusion they have in respective of their new bodies, especially because it's a boy/girl swap. They both are unsure how to handle themselves. Oh yeah, so we got their little swappy swap. So we'll start with Mitsu waking up as a boy.
I just find it hilarious how red they both get in the
Mhm.
scenario.
But also, like, they think it's a dream, but they don't do anything like absurd. Hey, look,
True.
she touched his dick. But like, it's weird because they both think it's a dream. They're all like, "What a strange dream," but neither of them do like anything outrageous. Like,
I know.
I don't know. Like, I don't
They're
know.
all just confused. They're just like, I don't know what to do.
I don't know. Like, what would you do? Like, if you thought it was a dream, what would you like do? Because I'm sure we would end up doing like outrageous things. We wouldn't just be all like, well, I guess we go live our lives as a boy now.
I don't know. I don't really do outrageous things to begin with. Changing body probably won't stop it. I'll probably still act the way I do.
Yeah. And then we have Taki being a girl.
It's just
Cleavage.
funny. His sister also interrupts.
Yeah. Every time that Taki becomes freaking a girl, just plays with the boobs. So, I mean, I get it. I would probably do the same thing if I just woke up in a girl's body. I don't. Well, I don't think I would keep doing it. I would do it once and probably freak out. And be all like, "What the
there for a
hell?"
couple minutes.
Dude's just sitting there like, "Huh? You know what? This is a nice dream."
So funny.
But yeah. So there's both their experiences, and Taki continues to fondle the boobs whenever he ends up in Mitsu's body. So
Typical teenager.
Yeah, typical teenager. Hey, she touches his dick too. I saw it plenty of times throughout the movie. She wasn't fondling it. Well, she might have. Who knows? She always went to the bathroom. That was her excuse, okay? But she would always come out with like a blush face, so she might have been doing some
not
shit.
Used to it. It's probably weird.
Yeah, sure. You're trying to make it seem like she doesn't have a dirty mind, all right? Also, I started the clips compilation, just so you know.
It's like I wanted to find individual clips, but again, like some anime movies, Ghibli, stuff like that, there's not a lot of clips out there. So I was like, at least I found this one that shows a good chunk of different scenes.
Yeah, so at least we get to see a bunch of different scenes. Also, it's a fan edit, which means we get fun transitions and stuff like that. So, but yeah, you know, I think the thing is though, is I would probably, you know, kind of start thinking something's up when I keep on hearing, oh, something weird, like, you were so weird yesterday, why did you do this, you acted like you didn't know me, or something like that. Like, I think after a day or two of that happening, I'd be all like, huh? But I do love the giant, like, crater thing that's up there. This does at least get to show us a few different things. We'll explore. Luckily, there's not much of a plot leading up to the latter half of this movie. The first,
it's all kind of like, here's this bunch of information we just found out right now.
The first half of this movie is, look, they're switching bodies. They just keep on switching bodies. Ain't it fun? Oh yeah. But other than that, there is a little bit of plot. They like are both changing their both of their lives for the better, and like Taki's learning to be like more, not as like hot-headed and stuff, and then Mitsu's like learning how to be more hot-headed. So like do things, or like do things for herself and stuff like that. Yeah. I do love the dramatic music going on in the background. Let's go. Dun, dun. But I'm excited because if the people watching right now are probably like, what the, if they haven't seen the movie, they're like, what the hell is all these? None of these clips make any sense. It makes sense when you watch the movie.
Yeah, they're all
kind
out
of
order, kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's just different things that's happening.
Don't worry. This is our trailer to the discussion, kind of. We'll obviously discuss more of what happens, but I hate how long it took them to find each other. Spoiler alert, they find each other as adults, but it like took them so long. I can't believe they didn't catch each other on when it was snowing, and then months, like obviously spring is now upon them, and this is when they meet back up, but
just a little pause, and then they're walking by each other and finally turn.
This movie is very sweet, and I did enjoy it, but like they have the weird anime stuff, like anime facial expression, like how they like move their hands around a bunch kind of weirdly when they talk. I don't know. It's like they're they're too animated, when in real life, like, you don't really do that.
Beg to differ. I know a lot of people who talk with their hands.
Well, I just mean it in like a different sense. I don't mean it like that, like talking with their hands. One of my friends sent me a picture, or like a TikTok of what I'm like trying to explain. Let me find it real quick, cause what was it? That was me. Oh, here it is. Like, it's like it's like this. I'm gonna put it in group 2, cause screw it. Like this weird, like oh, I guess I just opened up TikTok. Well, I guess the chat can watch it too. There you go. See? Also, this guy is funny. I do like him, but like, or this clip is funny, but he's like, I don't know.
Oh, him. I love him.
Yeah. There's talking with your hands and like over exaggerating your like expressions and stuff like that to anime level.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm talking about more closer as like they have that thing like in that final scene we saw, which we'll go over more again. They're literally like chasing after each other, and then they see each other, and then they walk past each other until finally he's all like, wait, haven't I seen you? Like literally they were chasing after each other. It's like, why wouldn't you say anything? Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but we'll get into that more later. And by later I mean real soon, because there is not many clips, sadly. But yeah, sorry. Well, a little quick detour. What I wanted to show. Should we do a quick Wolfie? Do you want to do like a quick summary? Like, obviously, this is the finally meeting part. Do you want to do a quick summary of like what's going on before we get into this? Because there is a lot.
If I remember correctly, the information they did find out was the girl is set 3 years ago, kind of thing. Because
yes,
she used to live in a town that was near in the big old crater that this dude has been like drawing. It's like there was a picture of it in that clip compilation thing. And so the dude does this whole research about the place and like the whole crater, all the things that happened, and he finds out about how a comet hit that place 3 years ago and like destroyed the whole town, probably killed all those people as well.
yeah,
And so I think he comes up with a plan to try and help stop that. Because that's
yeah.
how they end up meeting in the future when they're older, is because what they did ended up saving the people, especially her.
So yeah, basically the big reveal, as you already stated, just kind of go over it one more time. It's they are body switching. Like Taki and Mitsu are body switching, and then at one point when they're like, oh, they're gonna finally like Mitsu they give each other their numbers, and she wants Taki to call her, and when he finally does call her, she doesn't answer, and from that moment on, they don't swap again. They like can't they don't like swap bodies again. And then it's reveal like he feels like something's missing, so his friends take him like on a trip to like show the pictures that he was drawing, and one of like this old couple at a ramen shop is all like, oh, that looks like this city or this town. And then they go and investigate, and it's the town that got hit by a meteor, because there's this like big, throughout the movie they allude to a big meteor, like a comet that only comes 1,200 years, and so that comet is finally coming into orbit so people can see, and when that does, it had actually split off and crashed into the town, killing hundreds of people, including Mitsu. And that was 3 years prior to the events of where Taki is. And so, yeah. Just like that, another quick summary, just because I know it's very complicated, so there's like a lot of different missing parts. And then, as Wolfie was saying, he basically forces another swap by one of the times that he was swapped, he went with her grandmother to like this like ceremony site, and they made this sake with their spit, gross. They like chewed up rice and like spit it, and then it makes sake. And so Taki goes and drinks that sake and basically forces a body swap. So he ends up in Mitsu's body and basically sets a plan with Mitsu's friends to save everybody. Sorry, I didn't mean to over-explain that, but... And then that leads to the end. This is close to the end. This is where it leads to here. So, if you want to take over, Wolfie.
Okay. So yeah, they've set up this big old plan to try and save the day, save the town, and finally like get to meet each other face to face. And in doing this, they go to like the top of the crater or like a spot around there, and that's how they meet. And it does a cool trick of lighting in the animation of how they're both trying to like find each other, they're yelling their names. And then that's when like after a split second they finally see each other in person. They're having this cute emotional moment. And I think it was Taki that made the idea of like, let's write our names on our hands so we don't forget. Because again, like how it's said in the movie, it feels like a dream. When they wake up, they don't remember anything. So they're like, we need to write this down so we don't forget.
Yeah. So
it's like, I guess they took too long because only one of them got to write something. And it wasn't even his name.
Yeah. And so, but yeah. So I already started the first clip, but this is them meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
So, actually, I watched this in the sub, so I haven't actually heard the Japan or the English voice actors. So, but yeah. So this is their first time being able to meet each other and stuff like that. And like Wolfie said, they forget each other every time they wake up. It's kind of like, it's more or less like a memory. Like, you remember that someone meant to you, like someone meant something to you, but you don't remember their name, or like it's like a very distant memory and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Which I obviously leads to them taking a while figuring out that they are swapping bodies. But the only part with that is that they were like leaving notes to each other. So like, obviously you didn't write this. Like, I think it would be very obvious to be like, oh yeah, we're swapping bodies, aren't we? So, yeah. And the reveal that Mitsu's been dead this whole time, at least on Taki's timeline, is a great reveal. But they both have smartphones, and like, you're telling me none of I get that they forget the dream when they are like, they forget the details of the dream when they wake up, but none of them neither of them notice the year and like put it in the notes and be all like, hey, why does it say 2018 when it's 2015? Like, I don't know. That's just, I think, one plot hole that's me being, being nitpicky. But, and if I'm having to nitpick about that just to have something bad to say about the movie, I don't think. Obviously, it shows it's a very good movie. Yeah. But the second clip here is when Aki wakes up because they switch back one more time because Mitsu has to be the one that convinces her father to save everybody. But once he goes back, he can't remember Mitsu's name, sadly.
He's breaking down.
Yeah.
Sad.
And that, I guess we should also explain the plan. So basically when Taki switches bodies with Mitsuha one last time, he convinces her two friends to basically steal explosives and blow up a power or a transformer, and then have I don't remember her name, but the girlfriend basically broadcast, hey, go to the school because Taki went and investigated the site. The school didn't get touched by the explosion of the meteor, and so they need to convince all the townspeople to go to the school. And so obviously Taki switches, they do this plan, but Mitsuha's dad won't agree to evacuate the townspeople because he's a piece of shit. And so Taki realizes he needs to switch back to his body so that Mitsuha can go and convince her dad. And that's when they meet up at the top of the crater, and they finally switch back to bodies and stuff, and that's when Taki forgets about Mitsuha. But he does write something on Mitsuha's hand, and that's where this third clip comes in. And
So cute too.
it's cute, but damn, is Taki a dumbass? Maybe just write your name, man. It's cool that
had to be like that.
he just had to be cute. Yeah, cool. I love you. Yeah, it doesn't fucking help, Taki. Write your name so that she can know. It's cute, it's adorable, it makes you cry, but my guy, you could have met up years ago.
You really could have.
Yeah. And I get it. It's sweet to have, oh, it was years later that they finally find each other and fall in love, but, come on. Which obviously goes into...
They kind of had a happy ending with finding each other again.
Yes, and that's where we get the ending scene. Basically find out that the plan worked, Mitsuha's alive, but they both forget each other's name. And so now, years later...
Took them forever to just finally talk to each other.
Yep.
So I think it did say, or you had said, they did see each other in, this, when it was winter. But it's that moment of, the second look kind of thing. It's like, you look familiar, but do I want to go up to you? No. I'm going to continue about my day.
That one, I get why they didn't talk. They did cross paths, but, basically they were, I don't know what, Taki turns around and looks at, oh, you look familiar, and then turns around and walks away. He's like, never mind. And then Mitsuha turns around and looks, and also looks at Taki, and is like, oh, he looks familiar. But neither of them say anything. So, it's that missed opportunity, kind of oh, if I had said something, it all goes back to, missed opportunities and love and with love, and, fate will bring you together, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that's true, but, shoot your shot when you can, guys. So, otherwise, you go years without being with somebody, and then you finally,
Exactly.
So, okay, I'm gonna start the last scene that you have, but I need to just go to the bathroom real quick. I will be back quickly.
Okie dokie.
Of course. Take your time.
All the terrains. The fact that they both happen to have a spot near a window and see each other. And then I guess they got the courage to like run and try to find each other. At least they're both running.
So
They
romantic.
both want to find each other.
So romantic.
The slow walk up the stairs. And the fact she burst into tears had to be the same.
Finally, after so long, they met.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know if it ever specified how long it's been, but part of me just wants to say it's been a decade because they're big adults. And when they were teens, maybe could have been 16, 17. So could have been more than 5, if anything.
Yeah, like 7, 8 or something.
Yeah. Such a cute little ending. Everybody's happy now, even if it took them years.
It was worth it in the end.
True, true.
And the visuals were breathtaking.
Yes. Especially whenever the comet came into play. The pretty sky.
I wish I could draw like that at one point. Because, goddamn.
There goes the door.
I am back. So,
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
yeah. So, yeah. This final scene is very cute. I like it a lot, and it brings up, like, the discussion of fate and destiny and stuff like that, and people being attracted to each other. And, like, the idea of that they were destined for each other and everything like that. But also, I do think you should bring up the argument of maybe you shouldn't leave it fully up to fate. If you like someone, probably just tell them. Or give it, like, the worst they're gonna do is say is no, more than likely, and then, like, if it happens, it happens. Like, I don't know if leaving it up to fate, like what, like once again, yes, I get the idea that it's fate, but them like they saw each other during the winter, and if one of them just said something, they would have been together, and then months passed, and they just so happen to see each other again. Like, there's a lot of luck that comes into like how this works out. So, and sadly, in real life, I wouldn't rely fully on luck when it comes to these kinds of things. Still a cute scene, though. I still love this movie. Was really great. I did love this movie. So,
one of my favorites.
Yeah. And this is the first time I've ever seen it. I heard good things. I just never, in the end, saw it. So I'm glad that I finally did. Any final thoughts on this final scene before we give our overall final thoughts?
I think we're good.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just go for our overall final thoughts of Your Name. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great movie. It's beautifully animated. Music's great. Story's very interesting, and makes you think about fate and love and everything like that. And getting a second chance and all that kind of thing. It's very nice. And so yeah, it makes you just feel happy inside. So I like that a lot. What about you, Wolfie? What are your final thoughts?
Again, just another good movie that I like. I'm a sucker for the cheesiness of anime movies like these, and it was pretty good.
And Nina?
Not a fan. I don't enjoy romance much, so it never didn't entertain me much.
Hey, and
Like,
that's
the art is beautiful, but I will not watch it again.
That's all right. Hey, not every movie's for everybody, and that's perfectly fine. And we need kind of that fun discussion of both sides. It's just how it goes. So, but let me get the wheel all set up and all that, so we can figure out what we're watching next month. And this time we'll actually have like a month to. We'll have a month break, so it won't just be like a week. Okay. Oh yeah, and if you guys weren't here for yesterday, the two movies that got picked for yesterday for Group 1 was The Land Before Time and John Wick. I'll try and find a connection between those two, but it was literally just luck on the wheel, so completely random. So that's how it kind of worked out. And then so we have... Oh, Wolfie, yours got picked again. We're getting Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Now, is this the movie or the TV show?
Should be the movie. Because the one I had in mind was the movie.
Okay.
I think Jim Carrey is the one who plays the dude, right?
Yes, he is. And then hide that choice, and then spin it again. What's the next one? And then let me get the things all... We're watching Young Frankenstein? Hell yeah. Okay, this one was mine. Nina, have we done one of yours yet? I feel bad because I feel like we haven't. Okay, next month I'm gonna spin it until we get one of yours. Okay.
spin it again to see if we get one of Nina's since we just did one of mine.
Okay. We'll be switching out a series of unfortunate events. I will keep it on here, but we will. I want Nina to get one of her picks because sadly that hasn't happened yet. Just click done there. Come on. Or if you want, you could also just choose one of yours, Nina. That's all right as well.
Let's do at least one gamble.
We'll do
First.
one gamble. Oh, no.
One gamble, and then if it doesn't, I'll choose.
Okay, we'll try one more. We'll try one more time. Let's see. It's
Third time's a charm.
nope. It landed on Jurassic Park again.
Damn. Then Transformers Prime.
Transformers Prime.
Ooh.
We can do that. Oh wait. I got Watership Down. Or would you like Transformers Prime? I don't even know what Watership Down is. We'll do Prime. Okay, we're gonna do Prime.
It's an animated movie.
Got it.
But yeah, Prime.
So, and that's a show, right? So we'll do season 1 of that.
Yeah, just first season.
Sounds good. I did prune by accident. Perfect. Alright, let me bring up the trailers. We'll watch that, and then we'll call it a day. Sounds like a plan, Stan. The YouTubes. We'll start off with the Transformers Prime. Trailer. This is on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
Come watch it.
Yeah. I've heard good things about this. Okay, here we go.
At least in my region it is. I don't know for you guys.
It should be available on ours. I think it's a Netflix original. Might not be, I could be wrong.
I don't think it is.
I'll check. Yu Yu Hakusho. It isn't a Netflix original, but it is on there, so.
Yeah, I found it.
Okay. That'll be a longer one, because we got, like, there's 26 episodes, so. Maybe we'll try and cut that one down a little bit. Maybe we'll, like, cut it up into different parts. Not in that we're going to separate it. I think we're just going to, like, section off the story.
It is pretty episodic, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, cool. There's a spider one.
She's so fine, but she's such a bitch.
Ain't that the problem? She's so good looking, but damn is she a bitch.
Yeah.
Do they? Is it always been the same Optimus Prime like voice actor? Like, because this is clearly
in this show, yes.
Okay, because that one sounds like the one from the. That one sounds like the one from the movies, like the Michael Bay ones.
It is the same one.
Okay, cool. And then we got
original voice actors from the cartoons.
I'm so excited. Have you guys seen Young Frankenstein before?
No.
Ooh.
I heard of it though.
It's such a great movie. I'm excited. It's a Mel Brooks film, and I love Mel Brooks films. It's coming.
Recesses of the mind of Mel Brooks. I love him. Young Frankenstein.
yes, this movie is in black and white, and yes, it was made in black. It was specifically made in black and white. This was made in like the 19. It was 1999, I believe. 19. Oh wait. Ooh. Wait. Never mind. It was 1974.
Sky means business. Young Frankenstein.
But so Mel Brooks is very well known for spoofs of movies. So this was like his horror spoof.
Starring Gene Wilder as
And it has Gene Wilder, who's amazing. Who's played Willy Wonka, as well as he was in Blazing Saddles, another one of Mel Brooks' films.
Marty Feldman as Igor.
My grandfather used to work for your grandfather.
Sure, we'll get along splendidly. Oh, sorry.
Cloris Leachman as Frau Blucher.
Frau Blucher.
To get us into the laboratory. And it was you who left my grandfather's book out for me to find. Yes! So that I would. Yes! Then you and Victor were. Say it. He was
My boyfriend!
Terry
I've seen this a million times, so I probably will put it like, would you like a roll in the hay? Roll in the hay.
Kenneth Mars as the inspector.
Which, if the audience is watching, means sex.
And
But she actually just means like an actual roll in the hay. Just it's fun.
Calm down. What are you going to do to me? I'm not afraid of you.
Also, yeah, wait, that said Madeline Kahn, right? Madeline Kahn's beautiful looking.
Expecting a very important call.
Kill the monster! Storm the castle!
Yeah. So this is a comedy.
Young Frankenstein.
So like,
I think we could all use a good laugh.
But don't
but it's so much fun. I enjoy it.
Frankenstein personally
He makes a lot of spoofs. He made
in black
Spaceballs, which is a spoof on Star Wars and sci-fi movies, and then he made Blazing Saddles, which is a spoof on cowboy movies, and then he also made Robin Hood Men in Tights, which just makes fun of Robin Hood movies, which is just great. And then this is his like spoof on horror / Frankenstein. So hope everyone will enjoy that, because I know I will. And then we got Transformers Prime. So definitely don't. No, I'll find some connection between the two. Again, I don't know, make up something to connect them. But thank you everybody for coming and watching. It was a lot of fun being able to talk about Bullet Train and Your Name, two great movies. Highly recommend. And thank you, Nina, Wolfie, for coming on. Thank you, Madman, who was on here. But yeah, if you guys want to say anything, you guys can.
Happy holidays to everyone celebrating.
Yeah.
Perfect. Exactly like that. And make sure to follow these two on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.
And I hope everyone enjoyed.
Yeah. So, and you can find Wolfie at, which one was it? What was it? It's Wolfie Val, and I just don't remember the numbers. But thank you for everyone watching, and hope to see you again. I'll be back tomorrow. So I'll see you. Bye bye.